Alright, guys, so Habib Pornstar is back, and or Habib Lecter, MD. Don't forget the MD. He doesn't like it. You gotta, MD is, you gotta respect terminology, but anyway, or, you know the consequences. I mean, I might not eat your wife, but, you know, I mean, well, but anyway, so I wrote about this today. I did a whole thing about, ultimately all about the money. And another reason I like doing these videos, even though I never really did videos before, I did them, but it was never a strong point for me. My writing, communication, all that has been. But people told me, you speak really well and you should do videos and all that. And I was like, it's all gay. And, with all the channels getting banned all over and all. But then a certain guy, he was like, you got some good stuff out there. I'm not going to mention him by name, but. Uh, hey, facts are facts. And so I took that on board and I was like, yeah, let's do some videos, and then, well, now we're here. Influencer and all this, niche influencer and all this other stuff, which I never even wanted to. I mean, I've always been about following my passion, but the money will not always follow if you follow your passion. But it's a complex topic, and man, it's funny. Oftentimes while writing it, you guys think, I'm just writing it, but I keep forgetting things, then I edit it, then I write it. Like, I'm not the sort of guy that'll just bang. Some of the emails I just bang. I just send out and I forget about it. But a lot of them are like, I'll write them, and then I'll edit, and then I'll edit. And so sometimes you see, because I keep remembering these things. And with videos, sometimes, I can tell you things that didn't even pop up while writing 1,700 words. Took me about 10 minutes. Hey, my typing speed never went away. Like they say in that company, there's no typist better than Raul. Nobody that can bang out emails better than Raul. I mean, even my biggest haters, they say that because the boss, he was there, and we had a discussion. And of course, the boss supported me, and he didn't support the other guys because I was right and they were wrong. And they were all mentioning it. And the operations guy was like, Raul, the boss is on your side, and that's all that counts. I've always been that kind of guy, business person, businessman, and lighting and stuff isn't that good in this video, I think, but that's okay, we'll manage. Let me go get my water because it's an important topic. I want to talk about it. Alright. So, see, Emperor Sir sometimes does do some work himself, but, alright, let's put this motherfucker here, and, alright, here we are. So, right, and so the boss was there, and 10 minutes later, he's back in the office. He's sitting in another building, and bang, email to the client ready, sent, and he told the other guy, he didn't want to directly tell me, but he told the other guy, like, this is the comment he made. This guy is something. He had never seen, like, he had this fat ass senior sales manager, like, he couldn't make a single fucking sale, but he was still, because he simped to the boss, so he was given that title. But the real G, who actually got that company from zero to hero, was yours truly. Why did they fire me? Or not fire me, but why did I leave? Or, well, it was a little bit of both on both sides because I wanted more money and they weren't willing to give me more money. Anyway, money aside, man, I mean, while writing these posts, sometimes I gotta take a piss. I'm like this, because I gotta go. I drink 35 cups of strong black coffee every day, and and I drink 10 liters of water and a whole bunch of smoked two packs of cigarettes and Marlboro Reds, the only brand, top quality. And but It's like I heard in the Tate podcast. If you get an idea, and I'll say it too, if you get an idea to do something while watching, one of my videos, like maybe a push-up video, maybe a pull-up video, stop that video, go do it right then. Tate was like, don't take a piss, don't get up to, think about it, just do it. And it struck a chord, because that is what Zero Excuses Fitness is all about. The tagline, just do it, and then we'll see. It's easier to do it and then ask for permission and think about it later and all that. It's all that is very easy. Thinking about it, mistakes. I mean, just do it. The universe rewards action and instant action. And Napoleon Hill said this in Think and Grow Rich. If you have an idea that I gotta do it, I don't know, I'm always like that. And so you gotta do it right then, or at the earliest possible time, because that is opportunity. You might not recognize it. The life-changing opportunities, like this video, is coming to you in a very insidious form. You may not even think it's an opportunity. That's how opportunities come. But you gotta pay close attention, because they come when you least expect them. They manifest when you least expect them, the results. And so, I literally don't, and I've always been this way. Losers keep telling me he's never at peace, he's never sitting down in one place, he's never, and then I got idiots. Oh, he gets his feet rubbed at night by maids, and fuck. I probably work harder than those housemaids that do physical labor all day, because I'm doing both. I'm doing mental and physical, and they know it. They say it. They're like, we know how hard you work. You're always like this. But I'm fine. I don't have any shoulder pain. Like all that. I just do it. But we've all been sold, ultimately all about the money, right? This psyop that, and this was a trope in a very famous Indian movie, Follow Your Passions and the Money Will Come. It is true, but not completely. And that movie was three idiots. It was about three college students that were, typical parents. They were like, we paid for your education, so you gotta do what we want, safe route, whatever. And then one guy wanted to be a photographer, one wanted to be, something, I don't know. I don't really watch. I just kind of skimmed through the movie. It was kind of funny. And the real G, the third idiot who completely disappeared, he became a famous scientist or something, but nobody knew about him. His name was something else, just like my name on the other business, where apparently I'll become a niche influencer there too, and we'll cover that. But yeah, parents have kids. It's not a fucking investment, man. Nobody forced you to have the kid. I didn't want to be fucking brutally attempt to mentally program me to be a slave to women, to be a tool for women. I didn't choose that. I was, kids, you gotta let them choose their own paths, their own destiny. They make mistakes. They're there. I'm not saying you gotta hold their hand. I'm not saying, financially or what, but you can't, it can't be that we paid for this, so, it's not a master-slave relationship. It's a parent-child relationship. You talk about love and all that, well, you're not caring about what the guy wants. You're trying to control him or her. These days it's so bad that male children are being forced to wait while the female children eat first. Literally. Like servants, slaves. And then you have all those podcasts where they say, men should start, not men, male babies should start their lives out in jail and then work their way out. And you call me an anti-feminist, Grok, I grokked myself on that. And he's like, yeah, some of his views come across as misogynist and all that. But as of yet, he's not publicly defended his stance, so we can't say where he's really coming from. And his main focus is fitness. Thing is, with all this feminist garbage that you see all around you, men are being just brutally suppressed everywhere, excepting guys like me, but we have to fight very brutally every day. You gotta fight, like Trump says, fight, fight, fight. I got that coffee mug coming too, fight, fight, fight. But follow the money, and this should be read in conjunction with what I just wrote on raulmukherjee.com. You can search for all ultimately about the money. Look, people say money is the root of all evil. It's not. You know what the root of all evil is? Is being envious and jealous of people that have it. Because and this is again a middle class bullshit thing. Like, oh, they have so much money, they're uncultured, they're rude. Dude, you're coping. You want the money, you want the slaves, you just don't admit it because it looks bad. But the rich don't care about what it looks like. The poor don't give a shit. The poor loot you. No, the poor steal from you like Robin Hood. The rich loot you. They fuck you up the ass. Middle at anything sucks. Middle plain sucks. It sucks even worse than being a loser. Because if you're a complete loser, complete poverty, at least you're wanting to do anything possible to break out of that. Middle class, you're just stuck like, oh yeah, I got my nice comfortable room, I got my, and whatever it is your middle class existence is like. It's total loserdom, man. And so, yeah, parents. And so that's true. If you're starting something from scratch, you're never going to be able to really, because people are going to hate you for it. You're going to lose your friends, you're going to lose your family, you're going to lose, well, I'm a perfect example. Because they're never going to, believe in it. And especially if you're from an upbringing, a background, or whatever. My dad's not like Trump's dad, so he's the polar opposite. But, yeah. So you do need to have a certain amount of passion for it, or you're not really going to be able to, go all out on it, And coming back to taking that piss thing, like when I get an idea, man, I gotta do it now. When I tell people that, they're like, oh, just wait, do it after 2 hours. The world's not gonna change. These people are fucking losers. They've never even felt that way. And I don't understand. I can't. I'm in a permanent state of anxiety trying to do something. If I don't do something, I go crazy. It could be anything, making videos, anything. It could be as simple as go out for a smoke, talk to this girl, go out, do 50 push-ups, do 10 pull-ups, whatever. But I'm constantly in action. I have to be, or I'll go insane. And most of these people that tell me that, their idle mind is the fucking devil's workshop. They're sitting around complaining all day on the phone, with the inflation, the stock market. Like, dude, it's like, or girl, the women are prime grade A fucking complainers. But anyway, that aside, you can't control any of that. You can control your own life. But anyway, that aside, you have to do it intelligently. Like, I work extremely hard at everything I do, fitness, life, business, all of it, but I also do it smart. Like, you can't just say, for instance, you have a passion to drink water, which I do. But it could be, and maybe somebody can, get famous. Oh, you have all these people that, ate huge amounts of food and they got social media likes and all that gay shit. Maybe, but there has to be a market and it has to be profitable because you need money and you need a lot of it. People say money is the root of all evil, and I just say that if you're a loser, if you're a fat loser, you'll still remain that with money, but at least you'll get a lifestyle with money. Now, in that case, as with a lot of people that have money, and especially those that didn't earn it, I take their girls. They suck my dick while they cuck you and take your money. But that's what you want as a loser. But if you're a poor loser, well, then you don't even have that. So it's not, and money can be used, it's just a tool. It's energy. You can use it for whatever the hell you want. It's not the root of all evil. It's actually the lack of money, the lack of desire to earn money, a lot of it to improve your life and other people's life, which is the real root of all evil, along with the envy. These envious, jealous people. Oh, I'll take it if it was offered for free or whatever, The thing is, though, about the passion part, like if you're already given a base to begin with, which most people aren't, Donald Trump was, for example, his dad, well-established real estate business, already extremely rich, and they were going to put his elder brother in the business. But he was like, I want to be a pilot. And Donald Trump was like, at the age, I think they were 19 and 20 at the time. I don't know. I mean, something like that. And he was like, that's a stupid decision. Now, he didn't say don't follow your passion, but he just said, you've got this. Make money on this. I mean, it's right there. But he was like, no, I want to go all out on that. And Fred Trump, I believe, and whatever, that's how Donald got his start. So they put him in. So you gotta blend both in, because money is very important, and for the reasons I just told you why. I mean, you can't just. Sometimes, if you just blindly follow a passion, the money will not follow. Now, if you're one of the rare individuals in the world, now, funnily enough, I'm perfectly happy with a Bedouin nomad lifestyle. Me and my girls and enough, but that is abundance mentality, which most people don't have, and which is why probably I attract money even when I'm dead broke. They're like, "You're rich. How can you be broke? You got all the girls and this, and if you're good with girls, man, you'll have money. I mean, it's energy. It's positive energy. It's just positive and negative energy. People with no money, I mean, you have money, but then it disappears. Then you have people with money, they spend it, they get more. I'm in the latter category. Most of you listening to this, hoard money. You're like, oh, you gotta save this. I can't spend that much on Rose book. It's too expensive. My wife won't let me. Gay cock mentality. Please see the video I did on how gay that dude was who's saying his sister is a driving expert and he can't even park like this straight. And I'm offering him, and I'll do it for you because he asked me for help twice. Please help me. And I told him. I even twisted the fucking steering wheel for him. He still couldn't do it. Then I said, let me just do it. But he got embarrassed, another guy doing it. Or maybe he didn't. Maybe he thought, it's beneath me to do that kind of guess. A lot of guys are like, no, that's a driver's job or something. So whatever. But probably it was that, fuck, I mean, when I drove, the first time I drove, man, I remember, it was, I just took Bruce's car because nobody else was willing to lend me a car because he needed that for the driving test. I failed my license once. I don't know why. My dad said maybe I drank too much beer before the test. I mean, I failed my written test. I don't know if it was that. I think I didn't wear my glasses or something, or I don't know. Maybe I didn't even have glasses back then. Second time I passed it, then I needed a car. Then, Bruce was like, just get on the road and drive. It's, and I did. It was old Chevy, black Chevy convertible, and not convertible, but just a Chevrolet, I think. And man, there was a hot mama taking my test, and I didn't really tell her that, but she could tell that I liked her, and she passed me, and I made all the mistakes. I ran stop signs, and I'm like, well, you're probably not gonna give me the license. And she's like, honey, don't worry, just pull into the parking lot, don't hit anything, and you'll get it. And I got it. Hot mama, cougar. Cougars can be really cool. I've always, then, and a couple of months later, we had to move. I drove a U-Haul the first time myself, 18-wheeler. It wasn't perfect, my backing in, but I remember this other dude, he was asking me, I'll help you, big black dude, excellent condition, and at that time I was kind of fat, but even then I was like, no, I don't want, and then I did it myself, but I didn't call my girlfriend to do it, I did it myself, live and learn, trial and error. First time again. I'd never driven a U-Haul before, and believe me, driving an 18-wheeler is not like fucking driving a car on the road, on the highway. 18-wheelers. Then in China, first time I drove, for years before that I had been driving, manual cars, and then Carol's car, Ford, it was a white Ford, Henry Ford. Life comes full circle. And it had ABS, it had all this, and first time I braked, I slammed on the brakes, like bang, old school. Like I told the guy the other day, look back when you fucking reverse. but he doesn't want to do that. He's like, it's too difficult for me, dude. You're gay. Those LEDs. I told Carol too. These LEDs, I'm old school, man. Like Dr. Lamar, Um, Doc Percy would always say, "Look back when back up." And now we got all these gizmos and LEDs. I'm the kind of guy that is it raining? I don't look at the weather forecast. I just pull aside the curtain and look outside. That's what I do. I'm that kind of dude. I believe what I see. Not so much what I hear from a bunch of bullshit sources, but. Then in China, first time I drove, then the next day we went on a 17-hour road trip. Man, fox. And I had never driven in China before that. So many first times where I was simply thrown into the deep end. And that's awesome. That's excellent. Because if you're a winner, you'll swim. If you're like the vast majority of losers, you know what? The cops even stopped us, and I'm not going to get into. But Carol was shitting bricks. Oh my God, this, that. But they were just looking for drugs and stuff, because we were driving near the Burmese border. And I'm not going to tell you why she was shitting bricks, but let's just say I had a license from Hong Kong, and but I'm not going to reveal any further details. I had a driver's license from Hong Kong, but I'm not going to tell you further details. It's up in the air. But anyway, so yeah, that was the driving thing. And where was I, man? Everything is so gay, and I completely lost track of what I was saying. But money, yeah. So Trump's. So that's how Trump got in the business, and then people say, that's how he got here, and that's all bullshit. Everybody is born into a certain position. You can't choose where you were born. All you can do is take advantage of what you have, and there's plenty of dirt poor people, Andrew Tate, that made it very big. There's plenty of rich people that didn't. There's some middle class people that break out and make it rib. It just depends on the person. It's not about, you can't say that, God has a destiny for all of us. And you can't just say he's here because of this person or that person. I mean, Rocky, remember what Stallone told his son? You can't blame others and say that you're not here, you're not there because of him or her, or that's being a coward. Anybody can improve their own life. But Trump, then, nobody in his family was a politician or, got into, I wouldn't call Trump a politician, got into politics. And, he's had so many business failures, bankruptcies, all this. And, so he actually did something himself. It's not that he had a very good base to build upon, but that's just life. Some of us don't, like I didn't. I still don't. I'm banned everywhere, and I don't even know when they'll ban this channel. But that's why, I put all the videos on my site and all that. Can't take it down anymore. Should have done it before, but then again, live and learn. But so you can't just follow your passion unless, because some of those passions, if you just blindly follow your passion, like I'm passionate about fitness and sex business and all that, but, sexually themed business, which is why I became a niche influencer. And the other thing is lone wolf mentality. Now, I've always been called a wolf, always Sigma male, whatever. I don't believe in those classifications, but that's what they, somebody that's an alpha but does it alone. You can at a certain level, but if you really want to get, May sent me this Indian guy in China, died at the age of 35. I remembered my dad's comments, you were going to die by the age of 30. I was like, Dad, are you listening? This guy was fat and out of shape, but this point is that some people only get famous after they die. How pathetic is that? Or they pass. I don't really like to use the word, because I don't believe in death. I'm eternal, I don't believe in death. But, and which is why I'm so healthy. I don't live on medicines. These people, like, my mom is shit scared of death. I don't know why. She keeps mentioning it. Like, we're not going to be here forever, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, who cares, Mom? Enjoy your life. But she doesn't want to. But anyway, and fame on the other hand, though, doesn't always mean money. There's mega influencers with 3 million followers on Twitter and all that are fucking broke if you look at them. And it's hilarious because then you're expected. People have this idea that if you have X number of followers, then you have X amount of money, which is not true at all. Sometimes the niche influencers, which is why it's never been a goal for me. I have always been a businessman, first and foremost. Yes, I have my passions. Yes, those are the businesses I do. Yes, that's why people hate me with a burning passion and they love me with a burning passion. Way more hate me than love me, but that's okay. But I've always been about the money, like women. I focus on the money. What can I get out of this? This is what you should do too. And you have to blend your passion in with practicality. So, I mean, the guy that owns a cement factory in the People's Republic of China probably has more money than you, me, and our families put together, and more wives too. I mean, Dongguan, I don't think he's going home at night and jerking off to cement. It's not a passion for him, but he's got the money, and he probably uses it to do other things, Fuck, I'd dig a ditch. I'd be a housemaid if I was offered enough money. I mean, keyword being enough, because it's funny. I got girls telling me that Habib, or Raul, whatever the hell you call me, Jesus, Emperor, whatever. And the Jesus thing and all these names, by the way, are what people call me. I didn't even understand why people call me Jesus all the time. And then I did some, and it's not just the hair and olive skin. That's one thing, and the sexy slim body like Jesus had, but I did some deep research into why I was trying to think about why I chose Christianity over Islam, which I still maintain is the most logical religion out there. And I came up with some interesting stuff. I'm not an expert on it, so I have to get a Christian scholar and an Islamic scholar But, this Hindu thing was forced upon me since birth, and, I hated that always. It's like, it's like, oh, you have to do this. Why the fuck do I have to do anything? I don't have to do anything. Anyway, and it's a very illogical God floating in air religion. It's a religion where, you can marry a tree. I guess, yeah, if you go back to the core concept of the Vedas and the Sanskriti and all that, or whatever the hell the mythology is called, ultimately everything is everything. So a tree could be a wife if you love that tree deeply enough, You could get off to a tree. And believe it or not, India did the Kama Sutra. The ancient Indian society was very open about these sexuality things, fetish things, everything that I promote on the other business. It's modern day India, but ancient India, now I don't promote bestiality and all this, but you had kings having sex with, cows, you had lesbians, and it is across all cultures, not just India. If you look at ancient Roman culture, homosexuality wasn't frowned upon. So it's just this modern day bullshit that, we all have to fit in a certain mold. But back to the passions, so the cement factory in China, and so that dude probably gets laid a lot more than you do, following I want to be, it's great if you want to be a painter, it's great if you want to be, all that, and you should do it, but you must market it, otherwise there's no point. I mean, what's the point? Of your work if nobody notices it. You must get people to notice it. Now I'm not, we covered the fame and influence thing and all this, and I said on my website that it's a very important topic. You need to pay attention, and I hope you're paying attention to everything I'm saying. It needs to be read in conjunction with everything I wrote about. And bottom line to all this, my friend, my brother, my sister, whoever the hell is watching this, padrone, amigo, Pangyo. I'm thinking of languages. Dost. I'm thinking of languages. I'm running out of fucking Bondu. That was Bengali. My mom would figure it. I love trolling people, man. I mean, because we started talking a couple of years ago, and the minute she came, Bengali showed up in my brain. So I had to speak it. I said I'm the best Bengali speaker in the world, and I just like it. And she got angry, and it was like, oh my god. But I love trolling people. I'm a natural troll. I mean, I stand there with a group of guys and girls, and they're all complimenting me, and they're doing this, doing that. But compliments are great. I love them. But I gotta have some fun. So I'll troll the girl, then I'll troll the guy, then I'll troll them both, and it's just we all have a laugh after that. Look, money is damn important. Do not let anybody tell you money is the root of all evil. It is not. It's an extremely good thing. You should pursue it. If you blend in your passion with excellence, dedication, inspired action, not being lazy, you'll always have money. Guys that are good with girls are naturally good at fitness. They're good at, like I've always been, and then money is just energy, like girls. It'll be attracted to you. Simple. You don't have to chase them. I don't chase girls. I block them, and the universe replaces them. The minute I block one, another one shows up. It's like abundance, quite literally. But yeah. So for the last thing I'm going to say, so if you have a certain passion which is very different, which is very non-profitable right now, I'm not saying don't do it. Focus on it, put all your energies behind it, do everything I keep telling you to do. But opportunity in any sphere, you might be given, I don't know, a cement factory in China or something, and if you say, no, that's not my passion, then who knows? If you refuse it, opportunity is fickle. It doesn't knock twice. You got to take that action now, all right? And sometimes you got to do things which may not completely, you don't have to. And then, focus on your main passion, that doesn't mean become a wage slave or work a job, or maybe it does. I don't know. It depends. I mean, for me, I could never do that because I wouldn't have the time, first of all, to do everything I do. And plus, for me, all this is based upon passion. And, I just, if, you're sitting there, 9 to 5, and, it's such a boring fucking environment. You got a bunch of dodos around you. So, then I wouldn't even be in the mood, and I'd be like, so I just took the less traveled and far more difficult route of, many years with no money, many years, but I kept doing what I do, and, here we are. So that's the video. It's ultimately all about the money, buddy, because let's face it, mei qian, mei honey, no money, no honey. They say it in China. Now, obviously, the honey part is true if you're a loser. But I'll just end by saying it. Look, money is an amplifier. If you're fat and out of shape, like I said before, they'll suck my dick and cock you. It's that simple. But as a loser, that's what you want, right? Now, as a rich loser, at least you'll get the girls and you'll get some creature comforts. As a poor loser, you'll get fuck all. You won't even get that. So even there, money is important, right? I mean, you can cut it any which way you like, man, but you have enough money. And along with the other ingredients that I just mentioned, you don't just command respect. If it's not given, you brutally snatch it out of the other guy. And that's just the way the world works. Enough money, you can do whatever the hell you want. You don't have to listen to nobody. Think about that one last line. If you got enough money, man, you don't need to listen to your teachers. You don't need to listen to your family. You don't need to listen to your girlfriend. You don't need to listen to your wife. You don't need to listen to anybody. You got enough money. Your answer to everything, if you got enough money, but I have money. It's my money. Simple. I mean, they can disagree, but it's your money. So you do what the fuck you like, And I'll end with that. Be sure and read the post on the website. It is meant to be read in conjunction with this later, dudes and dudettes. Man, guys.